Good morning, students. Now, let us discuss about the algebra part, vector algebra. Vector algebra. What do you mean by vector? First question is, what do you mean by a vector? Remember, there are two types of quantities, physical quantities, scalar and vector. Scalar is the physical quantity having only magnitude. Only magnitude, it is called a scalar. Just for example, in the beaker, already 25 cc of water is there, 25 cc. You are adding 50 cc more water to that beaker. What is the total amount of water in the beaker? Immediately your answer is 25 plus 50, 75 cc. Correct, no? 75 cc. Now let me ask the same question. Particular roller is pulled by the first force of 50 units. Applying 50 units of force on the roller. Second person applies 25 units of force on the same roller. Tell me what is the total amount of force on that? Don't say 75. Clear? Here 50 units of extra water is added to the same beaker. Already we have 25, so total no doubt 75. But here 50 unit of force is acting. You are pulling the roller with the force of 50 unit. Second person is pulling the same roller with the force of 25 units. What will the total force on that? Don't say 75. Why? It is a vector quantity. This is a scalar. Here you must mention the direction of the force also. If we apply the force, pull the object towards this with the 50 unit, 25 is also the same, then the total amount of force on that object is 75, no doubt. 50 and 25 both are on the same direction. But if this 25 unit is applied in the opposite direction, then the total amount of force on that particular object applied is 25 only, because the directions are opposite. Total amount of force on that one is just 25. See, in the first case, roller is moving very fast with the 50 and 25. If they are pulled on the same direction, it will be moving with very fast. Here what happens, it moves slowly towards the 50 unit. Not the same speed as this in the first case. It moves towards the larger force with a slower speed. But remember, if the force is applied like this, it neither goes towards this side nor to the 25 unit side. It is going in separate way somewhere like this. Its direction will be like this. And it is not 50 plus 25, 75. Or it is not 50 minus 25, 25 also. It is something else. Because here, sum of two vectors. If the same direction, sum of two vector is 75. If they are opposite direction, sum of two vector is just 25. If they are like this, you have to calculate what is the magnitude of the vector. What will be the direction of the vector. So, adding two vectors, it is not just mere adding the numbers as in the case of this. Here, wherever may be the direction, whichever may be the direction you put the water, 50 cc, total amount of water will be 75, no doubt. There you need not mention in which direction you are pouring the water, no doubt. Not necessary. So, because it is scalar. So, there are two quantities, vector and scalar. Scalar has only magnitude, whereas vector has magnitude as well as direction. Right? So let me write the first definition of this. Vector is a physical quantity. Chapter is vector algebra. Vector algebra. Vector is a physical quantity. Having both magnitude and direction. Both magnitude and direction. Definition of the vector is over. Vector is a physical quantity having both magnitude and direction. Let us write some examples. Force, velocity, acceleration, momentum, pressure, power, so many things are there. Right? Next, how to represent the vector? Next question, very important. If it is scalar, no doubt you are writing 25 cc, finish. Because it has only magnitude, no direction. So 25 cc is. When you are representing 25 unit of force, how to write that? Now we are coming back to the representation of the vector. Representation of a vector. Representation of a vector. It is represented by the directed segment. Remember, directed segment means don't write certain things in the notes. Just for your understanding, I am drawing here. See, directed segment means like this. It has got 2 points. This is called initial point and this one is called, let me write A, this is called end point. Initial end or a terminal point. Now, length of this arrow, directed segment is there, no? It is the magnitude. And direction of the arrow indicates direction of the vector. So, how to represent the vector? By a directed segment with the initial point and terminal point. Length of the arrow, magnitude of the vector, direction of the arrow, direction of the vector. Clear? Let me write that one. Representation of a vector. Vector is represented by a directed segment. Directed segment AB with the directed segment. See, just if you write AB, it is a line. AB with A as initial point, and B is the terminal point. Terminal point. Let me draw the figure also. This is A, B. So the vector is AB. You have to write like this, vector AB. Don't write just AB. It is a straight line segment. In order to show that it is a vector, AB with the arrow mark. Initial point, end point. Or it can also be written like this, A. This vector is A. small letter with the arrow. Right? Now, length of the directed segment is the magnitude of the vector, and direction of the arrow is the direction of the vector. Remember, in the representation, length of the directed segment is magnitude of the vector. Direction of the arrow is direction of the vector. Magnitude is written like this. See? Magnitude of vector A or AB is represented by like this also we are writing mod A. Mod A means only magnitude of the vector. Or you can write this one also, see, like this, AB. Still we can write A, small letter, there are two more notations, or no arrow mark at all. If you write just A, it is the magnitude of the vector. Don't say it is a vector, it is just magnitude of the vector A. Instead of writing like modulus, you can write like this. Here, R, AB. Without arrow, it is just the length, scalar. So we can write like this also. So, magnitude of the vector A or AB is represented by this. Representation of the vector is over. Next part, just to see. In the entire chapter, given the vector, just imagine the given vector, AB, the initial point A, end point B, or let me write A also. Vector A. You can draw any number of directed segments. Draw many directed segments. Draw any number of directed segments without changing the direction and length of the arrow. That means initial and terminal point may be different, no doubt. But direction of the vector and length of the vector must be same. Draw any number of vectors. Here, PQ. Okay. Here, another. Without changing the direction and length, remember. MN. Now the thing is very important one is, all these three directed segments represent the same vector. See. Got the idea? Any number of directed segments if you draw in the plane or in the three dimensions, wherever it may be, without change of length and direction, all the directed segments represent the same vector, irrespective of their initial and terminal point. Therefore, this vector is called free vector. You can draw anywhere, so it is free vector. So let me write the next point like this. Free vector. Free vector. Free vector. Draw the figure. After that, let me write the explanation. What do you mean by a free vector? Let me give the explanation for that. Free vector, any number of directed segments equal in magnitude, equal in length, and same in direction. Equal in length and same in direction. Represent the same vector. Therefore, from the figure I am writing, A equal to AB, same vector. One more point, represent the same vector irrespective of, that is important, irrespective of their initial and terminal points. Therefore, now we write, therefore, vector A equal to AB or PQ or MN. All the directed segments represent the same vector. So it is called a free vector. Therefore, A is called free vector. A is called a free vector. Over free vector. Next part comes is types of vectors. There are actually many types of vectors are there. I have listed certain types of vectors. Let us discuss one by one. So, types of vectors. Types of vectors. Different types of vectors are there. First one is zero or null vector. Zero or null vector. What do you mean by this? Zero or null vector. Vector having magnitude 0. It is a vector, but magnitude 0. Draw the directed segment. Magnitude should be 0 and it should be a vector. Very difficult to imagine. Actually, it is a point, and if it is a point, don't say that it is a scalar, it is a vector. Which is the direction then? Any direction. Clear, no? Zero or null vector is a vector. Let me continue. Is a vector having magnitude 0. Magnitude 0. Its initial and end point coincide. That is why it is 0 vector. Initial and terminal points of 0 vector coincide. Zero vector has any direction, no particular direction. Zero vector has any direction. Magnitude 0 because initial and end point coincide. Magnitude 0, but it has direction. Which direction? Any direction. Zero vector has any direction. Zero vector is denoted by zero vector is denoted by zero vector. See, zero, but it is a vector, so zero vector. This is about null vector. Make the idea clear one by one. Remember, zero vector exists. It is a vector having the direction, but magnitude 0. Therefore, you can imagine any direction for that particular vector. Second one is unit vector. Unit vector. Unit vector is a vector in the direction of a given vector A having magnitude 1, having magnitude unity or 1 unit. If the magnitude or length is 1 unit, 1 centimeter, 1 kilometer, 1 meter, 1, then such vector is called unit vector. What is the direction of that? Direction of the given vector A. In the direction of the given vector A, magnitude should be 1, that's all. Unit vector. This is denoted by this unit vector in the direction of A is denoted by, there is a special notation for that, A cap. A cap. Have you got the idea about unit vector? If it is, you can draw that. A is any given vector A. In the same direction, length should be 1 only. So this is A cap. This is any vector. Length is not known. So it is mod A. Since its length is not given, notation for the length or magnitude is mod A. Okay. But the length of this vector is exactly 1 unit. Direction of A as well as A cap are the same. See, you can observe that. In the same direction as that of A, magnitude should be 1. It is called unit vector. Type number 3. Make the idea clear first, all the definitions first, before working out the problems. So many types, definitions are there. Third type, let us discuss third type of vector. Co-initial vector, see. Co-initial vector. Co-initial vector. Two or more vectors having the same initial point. Same initial point. Two or more vectors having the same initial point are called co-initial vector. That's all. If you want, let me give the name also. This is A vector. This is B vector. This is C vector. 3 vectors are there. Let me write the definition. Two or more vectors having two or more vectors having same initial point are called co-initial vectors. Co-initial vectors. Right? Co-initial vector. Immediately after that, one more thing we can imagine. See, fourth one. Co-terminal vectors. End point. Co-terminal vectors. Write the definition. Two or more vectors, just a similar definition to the previous one. Two or more vectors having same terminal point, having same terminal points, are called co-terminal vectors. Two or more vectors having the same terminal point are called co-terminal vectors. Here ABC are co-terminal vectors. Next type. Fifth one.